Today we're celebrating the completion of Ed Davison Field, which is the first of a series of improvements that we're making at our youth sports complex, Pioneer Sports Park. So we're really excited to see the turf come out and everybody who's out here today. I played here when it was mud and dirt from all the way when I was 5 years old all the way till now. And so to see this space and what it represents for our kids, the economic impact that it brings to our community in terms of kids and families coming in to play sports and do these things, it's just a huge investment into the kids in our community. All right, well, we're going to get started here. Kids, you guys can keep playing whatever. Everybody, there are some seats. You guys are comfortable where you're at. We have a couple things that are happening before we do this little ribbon cutting. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Colin Box. I'm the executive director here at Capital Football Club. And first of all, I just want to say thank you to all of you guys who are here. I mean, this is just, all of you being here is just such a testimony to what this space represents. So many people from, a long while ago have been here and are seeing this field. I just appreciate seeing the faces that are here. Thank you for being here. I'll say a couple things, then I want to invite a couple people up to speak, and then we'll do the ribbon cutting here. This field, this whole complex actually started as Concerned Business Youth Soccer Complex a long time ago, and I was about 5 or 6 years old when I started playing on these fields back with Salem United, and our fearless leaders and board members over there, Eric Johansson, Bill Syme, many others from back in the day when we were purple and white. Good stuff there. This complex started as all grass fields, and our president, Benji Orozco, has always referred to this facility as a diamond in the rough. And for a long time, I think that's been what it is. And you're starting to see here something pretty amazing happening, where you've got this field. It's a FIFA quality field, FIFA quality pro. We've got the Baez family who's put the field in for us. It's 1 in 20 in the entire United States, is that correct? That meets the standards of play for FIFA for this field. So pretty impressive what we have here in our community. And I just want to say thanks. Thanks to everybody who's been a part of donating, supporting the construction team. Thanks to the board members for making everything happen. Thank you specifically to the Davison family. Thank you as well to our construction team, to Rich Duncan Construction, to all the contractors that have been out there to make this thing happen. So I want to first invite Commissioner Colm Willis to come up and share a couple words with us, and then we'll hear from Ty. So here's Colm.
Well, thank you, Colin, and thank you all for being here. I grew up just loving soccer. Soccer's my passion. It's one of my great loves in life. And, the thing that I love about soccer is it's a phenomenal equalizer. So it doesn't matter how much money you have or what language you speak or where you come from or who your parents were. When you're out on that pitch, you're exactly the same as the other 21 kids on that pitch. And we're about to have the World Cup here in the fall, the Men's World Cup, and we're going to get to see it in real time. We'll see all the nations of the world playing on an equal field, and it's just a phenomenal thing, and it's a phenomenal thing for us here in Marion County. And I think this is just an example of what's so special about this place, and that's that the people here and the community here and the businesses here and the leaders here invest in our children, and they invest in our families, and they invest in our community. And I'm grateful to be invited here. I'm grateful for Colin's leadership, and I'm grateful for all of you who have invested in our kids to make this dream possible. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Willis. I'd like to invite Ty Davison to come up and share a few words about the field and about his father. So let's welcome Ty.
Well, thank you, Colin. Dear friends, look at what we have done together. What an achievement this is. A top 1.1 million pounds of sand and gravel, lies a FIFA Pro quality turf field that will enable CFC to serve the kids and the parents and the families of this community for years to come. Thank you for being here. I'm Ty Davison. I'm the eldest son of Ed Davison, for whom this field is named. And as part of my time with you today, I'd like to do three things. I'd like to tell you a little bit about my dad. I'd like to explain why my brother Brett and I chose to partner with CFC to honor his memory. And I'd like to talk a little bit about what I think this field means. So my dad, Ed Davison, he was born in Montana in 1938. And that means he grew up playing baseball. And he was good at it. He led the state of Oregon in hitting his senior year in high school. He played 4 years of varsity in college. He wasn't good enough to make the pros, but he couldn't hit the curve, and he said he was too slow. But he could hit fastballs, and as a left-handed switch hitter, he presented matchup problems for opposing teams. But in all those hours of practice and the games, one of the most important things that he learned wasn't specifically about baseball. It was about the value of sports. What can we learn through sports? Dedication, teamwork, respect, resilience, camaraderie, how to win and how to lose with grace. All these important qualities and life lessons. And crucially, Dad learned that it didn't have to be baseball to teach what sports can teach. So in the late 1970s, when my brother Brett and I were more interested in soccer than we were in baseball, Dad didn't hesitate. He volunteered to coach, and he began to learn everything he could about the beautiful game. He checked out every book that the Salem Public Library had, all maybe 12 of them, right? I mean, in that time, there weren't many books on soccer, but he checked them all out multiple times. He read them cover to cover because, again, he knew that it didn't have to be baseball. It could be soccer to teach the lessons that sports teaches. And, he didn't stop with his own sons. In the late 1970s, the early 1980s, the Salem area soccer landscape was relatively barren. Dad started the Sprague Sabres soccer club, and he began to take kids to games and to tournaments and even foreign countries to give them the kind of life experiences that could positively change their lives. And we know he succeeded because his former players later in his life, they wrote him and they told him so. They said things like, life wasn't so great at home, but with our team, I had a refuge. I had a place where I belonged. And, well, I'm going to need to refer to my notes. I apologize. Excuse me for a moment. Each of us has to answer the question of what we will do with the time we are given. My dad chose to spend much of his time providing sporting opportunities for the kids of Salem and the Mid-Willamette Valley. I am so honored and humbled to have had him as such a tremendous role model in my life. And I know Brett feels the same way. The Sprague Sabres eventually merged with other local soccer clubs to become today's Capital FC. So CFC it's a part of our dad's legacy. And so partnering with CFC to honor his memory, it seemed the most natural thing in the world, and I can tell you that it has been. Brett and I, we could not be more grateful to Colin Box, to Benji Orozco, to the CFC board, to the CFC team, to Rich Duncan Construction, all the workers, and all the donors who have allowed us the opportunity to partner with them to make this field a reality. Thank you for that. And if I might just take a moment, Colin, to say to those of you in the audience today, if you are considering a charitable contribution to a local nonprofit, I would suggest to you that in CFC you will find a group of people who get things done for the kids and the parents and the families of this community, and this field is a fantastic example of that. We attempt to raise our kids to be good and kind and caring people, and sports can help. Especially, I think, in this online age, there needs to be physical places where kids can go to play and to compete and to engage with one another. Ed Davison Field is now one of those places. But as Colin has alluded to, we're not done, right? The Ed Davison Field is one part of a larger vision, Pioneer Sports Park. Whether it's soccer, which is my favorite, or it's lacrosse, or it's ultimate frisbee, whatever it is, there will be so many terrific events held here in the days and the months and the years to come. Kids will come and they will play, and they will be inculcated or instilled with the values that sports can teach, and they will be better people because of it. My father's life is now revered memory. What he did, though, what he accomplished, it lives on through his sons, it lives on through his grandkids, through his former players, through CFC. This field that bears his name, it's a marker of what he did, but were he here, he would tell you that it's actually more than that. That it's the vision, and it's the desire, it's the effort, it's the will made manifest of so many fine people, many of whom are here today. I hope that you feel as I do, that together we have done something great, and part of what makes it great is that we've done it not for ourselves. I hope that, like me, you're proud of how we have chosen to spend our time and our resources for the benefit of others. Brett and I, we are so very grateful to you all. Dad would have loved this. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ty. Before we cut the ribbon, I'd like to invite the president of the Salem Chamber of Commerce to come up here, Tom Hoffert. So thank you, Tom. Here we go. He's a lacrosse guy, so we need to get some lacrosse out here soon.
Well, let's welcome up, if we could, our ambassador team. We have President Laura Dorn here, past President Kathy Gordon. Look at all these great ambassadors coming up. Let me tell you a little bit, if I may. I think the kids call these humble brags. At the Salem Chamber, we believe in helping businesses prosper so our entire community may thrive. It's an aspirational mission, and know that the work of companies like Don Pancho, Authentic Mexican Foods. I think of the incredible work of Benjamin Orozco. Benji, I see you shaking some hands in back. Benji is a former board member of our organization. Companies like Mountain West Investment Corporation, and all of you who believe in Salem small businesses, we can do great things. These people are hiring. These people are creating an incredible environment that, in a very contentious time in our country's history, coming out of a national and global pandemic, we have events like this occurring that we all can rally around. And when you look at leaders like our volunteers up on this stage, Ashley, I don't know why you and Naomi are not on stage, but you guys could be coming up here. We're going to string a ribbon across, and you can imagine, as a nonprofit organization whose primary goal is assuring economic stability in this region, cutting a ribbon is one of the greatest things we get to do as an organization. Colin, we'd love for you to be front and center. By the way, Colin Box, ladies and gentlemen. We look for future leaders in our organization. You look at a gentleman like Colin, and sure feels good. Is this our ribbon cutter? Oh, great. So kind of the fun of this is we're going to ask you to actually hold that for a moment as we take a few photos. We're going to do a little posing here. And then we're going to really cut the ribbon and kick off this great facility and the Davidson family. And thank you all for being here. Would you like to, we're going to have you bring this just a hair. Where is, Laura, will you want to come over and, this lady's always the highlight of our show, President Dorn. Dan, let us know when you have what you need. Okay, 3, 2, 1. For allowing us to be a part of this.
Well, thank you everybody for being here. Thanks again. Feel free to hang out as long as you guys would like to. There's tacos, Kona Ice over there. Kids can play. But thank you so much for being here. Hang out as long as you guys would like.